Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So Black Lightning season 3 has ended after 16 episodes. Davidoff 316 there, that's a meme. If you don't know, don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Black Lightning has just finished season 3. And here are my thoughts. I enjoyed it to an extent. I didn't love it, but I liked it. This one is largely separated to the main CW universe. So there's obviously Arrow, that's over now. There's The Flash, there's Supergirl, there's Legends of Tomorrow. And there was a big crossover as well, Crisis, he was in there, Black Lightning was in there for a couple episodes. That was nice to see, but apart from that, like, they're in the same universe, that's acknowledged, but it's still largely isolated. And that's no pun intended, based on the plot of season 3, but Black Lightning is more isolated, it's not crossover as much, which is fine. I like a mix of crossovers and solo stories. So like, I like keeping something separate and other things combining. As for the main CW universe, I've been disappointed this year, to be honest. Supergirl has declined. I think season 3 was the high point. I think since then it's just gotten really bad. Batwoman has never really been that great, to be honest. I'm still watching it because to an extent it's a bit more bearable than Supergirl, and I do like the crossovers. I do want to know what the characters get up to after the crossovers and before the crossovers. So I still watch because I care about DC characters, but those two shows get a bit frustrating. The Flash, I feel, is declining as well. It has been declining since season 2, really. The first seasons were great. After that, it kind of got bad. Arrow's last season was disappointing to me. The Crisis crossover was disappointing to me. It was underwhelming, in my opinion. It was meant to be the biggest one, and it was the biggest one, but story-wise, it wasn't that good. Then there's Legends, which for me, I'd never loved in the first place. I was looking forward to it at first, but halfway through season 1, I was just like, this is just okay. It's not that great. I liked it when Wally West was in it. The Wally West Flash was in Legends for like one season. That season I really enjoyed, but not a huge fan of that. I do like team-ups as well, so when that one doesn't work, there's a problem. And my main issue is, with these shows, especially with Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, they make it too much about Team Flash, Team Arrow, Team Supergirl. The shows are called by the heroes' names for a reason. It needs to be about these heroes. I want Supergirl to be about mainly Supergirl, but there's so many main characters now, and that's not a problem, but I think they focus too much on these other characters rather than the main character, and I think it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work because it's not a team-up show. It's not meant to be. It's individual shows. If you want a team-up show, that's what Legends is for, And Black Lightning kind of does the same, but not in a bad way. Black Lightning, it still focuses on his family as well, who also have powers, but it also keeps focus on him enough to drive the story forward. And I just think Black Lightning just does it better. They pull it off better right now than the other shows. Like, the high points of Arrow and Flash were probably the best of CW, better than anything. But right in terms of like recent years, Black Lightning has been better than the other shows. And that's not a bad thing for the other shows necessarily, because Black Lightning is actually quite good. But Black Lightning just does things better. With these CW shows, they focus so much on the team rather than the hero that the show's meant to be about. And they do this in Black Lightning, but in Black Lightning it just feels more organic, it feels more like it fits the story, if that makes sense. Even in Arrow, the first few seasons, season 2, when they started adding up more team members, it still made sense for the story. But after that, it just felt like they were just making him a hero for the sake of it. In Black Lightning, I think it fits the story to focus on not just him, but the family. But they still don't take that much focus away from him either. And they focus more on the villains too as well, which is great. So this season, basically, Freeland is under occupation, and Markovia is trying to attack him. So basically they're isolated from the rest of the world, and people are making lies about them. I can't explain it without spoiling it really, but they're basically quarantined into something. The whole town is quarantined, and they're under attack. And this whole season is about trying to fix this problem, how to get out of it, etc. So there's a lot of things that happen. There's a few racial issues as well, but I think they address it quite well. Like, it still fits the story. Like, they have political issues in Supergirl and Batwoman as well. In that one, it feels more like it's in your face, and like, you can still spread these messages, but you got to do it organically through the story. Black Lightning does it organically. If it's got something political to say, it does it organically through the story, and that's the best way to do it. You can still do these agendas, you can still fit politics into movies and TV shows, but you got to do it right. You got to do it organically where it fits the story. If it just feels forced like there's other shows, then it kind of misses the point, misses the mark. In terms of Black Lightning, they do a good job. If they have something to say, they do it through the story. But it's not like a political show. It's still a superhero show, and I mean it is quite political, to be fair, in terms of like what happens in the show as well. But it still feels like a proper good superhero show, and I like Black Lightning's powers and his daughters too. They have some cool powers. They're very interesting. Khalil as well is very interesting. He's a very complex character. I can't remember the other guy's name. What was the other guy's name? The tall guy. That doesn't narrow it down, David. The guy who died twice and came back. That guy. He's pretty. So I'm sorry. He's a main character and I forgot his name. My bad. But he's a cool character too. I think his powers are interesting for sure. The way he gets shot randomly in the street and just gets up like he's bulletproof. That was a funny scene, to be fair. Tobias is a real bastard. Like, I really hate him, but to be fair, the actor does a good job of portraying the character, because you're meant to hate the villains, and he does a good job. Like, you really want to punch his lights out, even though he's not a real character. But still, like, whoever the actor is, good job, man. You're doing a good job of making me hate your character. Like, seriously. Doing a damn good job. In terms of the acting, though, in general, just speaking of the acting in general, it's good. It's good acting all round. I think this year, Black Lightning is the best CWDC show, easily. Legends isn't that good to me, honestly. Like, look, I don't hate these shows. I'm just a bit drained and disappointed because of the Crisis crossover, and the seasons themselves leading up to Crisis have not been that good. And then afterwards, since then, they're not been that good either. But Black Lightning has been a breath of fresh air in recent years, and it's the main reason why I'm still watching these shows, because it is really good. It's not amazing. Like, I'd still give it like just a good. It's just good. For me, it's just good. But it's not amazing. It's not a masterpiece. It's not the best thing that CW have done. For me, seasons 1 and 2 of Arrow, seasons 1 and 2 of Flash, those are the best of CWDC. Even season 5 of Arrow. But still, this is still on a good level and on its own merits. Not comparing to anything else, I think it's a good show that I think is worth watching, and season 3 was no different. I liked the Occupation storyline. It's quite a sad storyline in some ways, but it really fits the story really well, and I think it was a good storyline to pick for season 3. And they planted some seeds now for season 4 as well at the end of season 3, and they set up some certain things with certain villains. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. And I think it's an improvement on last season. Season 2, honestly, looking back on it, thinking about it now, not a big fan. I liked season 1. Season 2, I think, just carried on too much from season 1. And then they changed it towards the end. And the ending of season 2 set up season 3. Season 3, I think, was much better. Much better. And I think it got better as it went along. It started off a bit slow, a bit too slow. Then it got better. Then the crossover came along. Then when they came back, it was really good. So, Black Lightning was good this year. Really enjoyed it. Rating 7.5. So a good rating, just not like elite level. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and stay.